Hello, and thanks for joining me. I'm Emily Dishman with Tomlinson Sotheby's International Realty, and I have a quick stats video to share. This was prompted because I prepared the stats for my colleagues this morning and some conversations that came from that presentation or the dialogue around how we guide sellers with pricing. Uh, just felt really valuable to share with the community. So while I do not enjoy making videos and sharing them, I'm going to proceed anyway, and I hope this is something that you find valuable as well. So the overarching theme was price reductions, and that's because what we've discovered is that price reductions have increased in our local MLS by 33% month over month and 46% compared to the same time last year. So what does that tell us? Is that in order for sellers to be successful, they might start out at one price and then they just keep dropping down and dropping down and dropping down. And that led me to thinking about where do we actually contribute value as real estate agents? Because when I take a listing and I work with a seller or buyer, but when I work with a client, I'm learning about why are they selling? Why is that important to them? Do they have a timeline that's important to meet? What if the property never sells? What is that certainty worth to just move forward? So when you're thinking about selling, these are really important questions to ask yourself. If I was to move forward right now, what is that certainty worth to me in this moment? And maybe that's not a very high level of value, but if that value in your life today is high, then price is going to be very important to you. What is it really going to take to sell this property? So I put together a hypothetical market analysis to demonstrate how is the market performing. I used, we'll call it the Garden District in downtown Coeur d'Alene, but really it was more general than that. I looked at from 3rd to 15th Street, from Sherman North to Harrison. So just a block that I could pull out and pull some basic statistics and see where is the market actually performing right now. So this chart really surprised me because I've been using this software since probably 2010. And over the last few years, our odds of selling for most properties has been really high, like 80 to 90%. Basically, there was so much demand that whatever you put on the market, the likelihood of it selling was pretty darn good. That has shifted. So for that market segment that we discussed a minute ago, properties that have sold in the last 6 months, 46 properties sold, 36 properties did not sell. That means 36 sellers just gave up because they either couldn't get the price that they wanted, or maybe they just became disgruntled with the market or depressed that they prepare their house every day to sell. And either no one comes and looks at it, or people come and look and no one makes an offer. In a market analysis, realtors are going to look at the days on market. And in our market, our MLS records all the days on market. That includes the time on escrow. So when a house goes under contract until it closes is included in those days. What is fascinating about this is that it really only includes the listing from when it sold. So if that house had been listed several times before, it's not including a culmination of days on market. We'll just look at this really quickly, and I'm happy to share this chart with anyone. The FHFA, Federal Housing Finance Agency, puts together a study of housing trends and appreciation, and they record the sale price of specific homes over a term. Like I think this starts in 1991. And so every time that house sells, they record that same house sells, they record the appreciation of that property so that they can chart where are we at in appreciation? And so for Coeur d'Alene, this is what that looks like right now. It's also important to look at seasonal trends because our market does tend to have a seasonality. We had a very unusual December in the Garden District in that the most sales per month over the last 12 months occurred last December. That means that those houses went into escrow in October and November. And so that's encouraging news if you're thinking about selling a home right now. No guarantee that that statistic is going to repeat this year. You can see that it's most common to have about 3 sales per month in that location. And so right now with 6 homes on the market, we could suggest that probably 2 to 3 of those homes should go under contract over the next 30 days. So to hit home one last time, how important pricing is. Pricing makes the difference of moving forward with your life or staying in this limbo state. And that's where an expert realtor can really help guide you. So I'm Emily Dishman with Tomlinson Sotheby's International Realty. I'm an associate broker here. I've held my license in the state of Idaho for 25 years, and most of my career, or all of my career, has been building a clientele in North Idaho. Truly, it's an honor to get to represent sellers and buyers, but specifically in this presentation, I wanted to talk about sellers because we go through what a transition it is when we've decided that we're ready to move on and do something different with our lives. And now we're just kind of in this limbo space until that process is complete. And pricing is probably one of the most important, it is the most important element. And that's where true expertise is critical. So if I can help you, if you have questions, I would love to sit down and have a conversation. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. One more thing that I wanted to add, when you're thinking about these motivations, why you're selling and what's important to you, it's also critical that you keep that to yourself, because once you have an agent representing you, that agent is required to maintain confidentiality of anything that could harm your bargaining position. And when we tell our neighbors those things, or we tell all of the realtors that we're interviewing these motivational facts, now we've given our cards to other people. So you want to really hold your cards close to your chest and find somebody that you trust to represent you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.